So, Prashi Delak auspicious for the Kalachakra day, everyone, all the practitioners. May your practice go very well. So that means today is the full moon, but not just the full moon, Nakpadawa, when Buddha taught the Kalachakra in this day. So this is the most auspicious day. The reason why is auspicious also have many reasons. So not here?
We can hear. We can hear.
Okay. So the moon as representing our Bindu. And so when is the full moon, so that means the normal samsaric channels are blocked, and the sensual channels more open. And so there's more chance, the more and Bindu to unite and activate. So that's why it's a special day. So this day, if people had opportunity in the future, you should prepare or 24 hours retreat, do retreat and to practice all day. So concentrate and forget about the samsaric activities and responsibilities. Try to forget about one day, 24 hours if we can. So please notice, and maybe this time not many people did, but in the future we should keep that in our mind. Okay? That's why many great Kalachakra practitioners also passed away in this month. So in this month is Nakpadawa, the next the Sakadawa. Sakadawa is special day, special month for the reasons of in general Buddhism. And this Nakpadawa is special, is for particularly on Kalachakra practitioners. So that you make understand and no mixed up the reason behind why. Okay? And today I have gift teachings for you. His Holiness the Jonang Jamgun Jigme Dorje's teaching. So when I teach in this, you may think, oh, this is just normal. I hear many times, and you're not so interested. Could be like that. But I want to tell you something. There is something dangerous for the Dharma practice. That kind of attitude is very dangerous. It is a huge obstacle for Dharma practitioners. From the beginning, entering the Dharma, everybody very interested, enthusiastic, and joyful. That's nothing special. Nothing special. You just train in new job or something, new holiday, or new romantic relationship, and you excited and everything is joyful, just like that, nothing special. But many people think this is very special, and then very dangerous. Why? Because later on you disappointed, because not joyful anymore. Okay, not joyful anymore is then you belong the Dharma, and maybe you belong to the lama, and you belong to the sangha. Nothing to do with this. Is your own fault, your own obstacle, because you have nothing special things you thought special. You have unrealistic ideas, not realistic. That's why. So we call Nimjong Fasama. Nimjong means renunciation. Fasama means it looks like fairy, but it's not real, like a shadow. So later on you, why is it dangerous? Then later on you, how to say? You disappointed, and you blame, and you not appreciate, because everything comes from our mind. How we are realistic or appreciate. So how appreciative is. These things happen from the Dharma if you practice, and you should expect obstacles. You should expect not so easy. You should not expect always joyful. If it's joyful, that's very, very incredible, like for you, if it's joyful all the time. If it's really, really, you have accumulated merit eons of times, then going to be joyful. But in general, not going to be joyful all the time. Sometimes have Nimjong Fasama. Sometimes Fasama. Nimjong Fasama. Okay? But then other times for you is just normal, nothing special, or even sick of everything. So that's why really have to be careful. Why is be careful? It's not you immediately sick or die or anything. No problem. But it's worse than that. Because samsaric, the most obstacle is you sick and die. But that's nothing in the Dharma compare. Yeah. Because Dharma's danger is you destroy in many lifetimes, many eons of. So we just this one samsaric little life, sick and die is nothing compared to that. But we think this very small thing we hold as very big, and then this big things we never see. That's Dharma practitioner's problem. Okay? Maybe you guys expect me today, oh, everything wonderful, Kalachakra day. But actually, even we talk about this and finger pointing ourselves, it is wonderful. Okay? So also, we have say, Chujitepa. Chujitepa. Tepi nang tepa. All the tepas and the Chujitepa is the most dangerous. Chu means Dharma. Tit means you numbed. Nothing you can fear. Nothing you do. Because it's everything become normal for you. Huh? Even less than normal, you have nice cup of coffee or a chocolate and ice cream. Much less than this becomes Dharma for you. Less normal, even less than normal. So that called Chuji Tepa. Whatever you hear, nothing special. Okay? So that Chuji Tepa, that's very, very dangerous. So all of them, what do you have to do? You have to be mindful, be realistic, and be appreciative. Remind yourself, always appreciate and practice, and I shouldn't do this. You have to generate your own mind all the time, constantly remind yourself and generate. Otherwise, you can't. Okay? That's how I want you. So, but Jigme Dorje's teaching, if you look carefully, that's his teaching is incredible. So, maybe 72 hours, I didn't sleep much. So I looked them and I wrote commentary. But today I'm not following the Tibetan commentary, and I just teach you this little bit. Okay? So, first, what I'm saying is his teachings very short, condensed, but very, very, how do you say? In my perception, is very, very profound and very condensed and very got the essential points. So that's why very special. And he passed away like late last night, almost today. So we're doing that for. It's not for him. He need that, but we appreciate his Dharma activities and his Dharma aspiration and the commitments. So that's what we're doing. Okay. First to say, Ramjim Gervi Khentrul Korlungun Khensin Yuxam Chikta of Dupi Trul. Oh, the name is called Jaldam Parjiwiz and Bir Nyaktam. So Jaldam means like advice. The advice meaning is Parjiwiz and bis. So the children can reached the parents the values stand that one, the heartfelt advice children can reach the parents' values. Okay, so meaning is the Tibetan language called father, but the father means parents. They call son, but it means of children. Okay, so how the ancient people use language, that's why. So that means he's our father or parents. We are the children. Why we have to use parents and children? Because in the samsara, there's nothing more than serious. nothing more serious than parents and child relationship and commitments. That's why we're using this. But Dharma, we have to remember Dharma commitment and relationship should be far trillion times more than that. Okay? Okay. And then Ramjim Garwichkin Korlungun, Kinsin Nuxum Chik the Dubi Imtril. Wardan Lama Komchuktar Giki, Javla, Nambakant Shirjos. So Ramjam means infinite. Infinite Buddha's mandala. But who is the central of the mandala is the root lama. His name is Komchok Tarji, Lama Ngkum. Sometimes people call Lama Ngkum, but here say Lama Komchok Tarji, longer way. So in general, why Buddhism always say the Lama is an embodiment of all the mandala, and the Lama is the central focus of the mandala. Why I say that? We just get used to hearing this is not good enough. We have to know why like that. Okay? Also, sometimes maybe Lama means what you see. In your karmic version, Lama are very limited, the human being. How can be all the Buddhas or infinite Buddhas mandala, the embodiment? How can be? You cannot match this because, firstly, our Lama or Guru is you grabbed only this human being, right? What you can see. And then infinite Buddha as infinite wisdom, infinite. Mandala means the infinite of this universe, Not this samsara universe, enlightened universe, mandala means. So how come the central point of that? You have to understand Lama means big package of all infinite Buddha's nature and your own Buddha nature. This manifestation, our karmic version, you can see is your own Lama. Is somewhere may be difficult to understand, but somewhere is easy to understand because whatever we have, everybody see their own version. Let's say if we have cursor, human beings see is a cursor. What cows and horses and dogs, what do they see? They definitely don't see as a cursor we see. And then small birds and small insects, what do they see? Definitely not what we see. I said, okay, or everybody, all the 6 realms of beings, they have their own version. So also this infinite Buddha nature of the Lama, what we see is a human being have many problems, maybe, hopefully less problems. When we say the Lama, we expect less problem. And if your karma is okay, then less problem. Maybe you can appear for you. But we don't see that way. We always see objective way. Oh, this Lama, oh, no good. I don't want. Not good enough for me. But that's enough for your karma. Okay? We have to see, oh, this is my karmic version of the infinite Buddha nature. You have to see that way. No choice. Which means Jigme Dorje, he see that way. That's why he's saying. Okay? He see that way. He's saying these all infinite Buddhas, their wisdom and their love and kindness, compassion, and their power, all of the together is that's his lama, Gomchok Tarji. So he do pay homage to his feet. Feet. Why is it feet? Feet is in samsara the most dirty, the most lower, especially Tibetans. If normal person's feet put on your head, even you're not touched your head, but above of your head, that's the ultimate insult to you. If you don't kill this person, then you are absolutely coyote and loser. Okay? I'm talking about in samsara level, okay, not talking dharma level. But the opposite in the practice dharma, the lamas, the most dirty feet, smelly one, hopefully is smelly. Good for you, because smelly, and in general, you never even go near of that person. But you put on your head, you had opportunity to put on your head and pay respect and smell it and licked maybe. This is good for you. If you are Dharma practitioner, if you are ready, I mean. It's not, many people misunderstand, this footer, or what do you call it? This system. People think like that way. It's not fetal system. This is not, is law, is man-made law. It's not that. It's a state of the student's mind and how much their readiness. Okay? So, Jigme Dorje, he definitely ready. Okay? That's why he said. So why he said that, pay homage? Because every important things do, we homage Lama first. You know, I just did before prayers, before every teaching, I do some prayers. What that means, I pay homage my lamas, lineage lamas, or all of them pay homage. The same thing he doing here. Okay, now the teaching, he said, Langchik talvi tenzang top tunder, Garvi Stan Choran Bo Chetam Gel Tam Chutrjin Shodhan Yod Pitu, Matsirtonza Tonmin Masonver, Hachuk Yama Dubhuk Nyangava. So what he's saying is just one time we got this precious human birth. Not just the human birth, but we find the best part of the Dharma, precious Dharma. Why he saying the best supreme part? Why he saying this? I interpret it is these Kalachakra teachings. Why I interpreted that? Because when you say, oh, I got a precious human birth, means you reach precious Dharma already included. If you not included that one, then you haven't got precious Dharma, precious human birth. Just to be human is not a precious human birth. But after that, he said, this jewel-like supreme Dharma we met, which means the Kalachakra. Why Kalachakra? Because all the Dharmas, the most precious is Tantrayana. In the Tantrayana, there are 4 classes. The most high is Kalachakra. The 4 high also have many types of Tantra. Inside this is the Kalachakra is the most precious and high, supreme, that's why. Gerwi Tanchuk Rinpoche Danger, Tamchu Surgeon Shodwan, Yo Tunders, Yo Pitus. Okay, even okay, we made the Kalachakra teachings, oh, so precious. But if you have no opportunity to practice, okay, whatever reason, you are prisoner, or you are sick, or you are disabled, or you have so much samsaric obstacles and never end this obstacle, or whatever reason, if you don't have time, energy, conditions, nothing, that's I'm talking about in human. But if you are other types of beings, of course you have never. So, but he reminded ourselves, are we at this situation? No, we almost zero of this situation. We just making our own obstacles, and in this very little life, we take very big, and then this samsara, conditions, luxuries, materials, all of them, we just make big dare. And then this samsara, social status, and many other things, we take big dare. If you look carefully, why like this? Is ignorance, attachment on the illusion, lack of mindfulness. These three. We can have 84,000 afflictions, but these three is mostly enough. Firstly, ignorance, because we don't pay attention anything, this infinite Buddha nature, and we pay attention a lot this samsaric little problem, and we exaggerate this. Yeah, that's why we all, I'm talking about not just you, some of you, I'm talking about most human beings, are the ignorance. So then we have so much attachment for this illusion. So that's why we have no time. No other reason. So then he said, but if you are prisoner and you're constantly torturing, or you are absolutely sick or disabled, anything like that, really hard to practice. But it's still not impossible, but you have to be really, really good. Of course, if you're really good, then everything see is like a stereo practice. Every day you're constantly tortured, you see as a karmic purification. Yeah, whatever hardship, that could be happen if you not ignorance and focus the right way, is possible. But all human beings' problems is focus wrong, prioritize wrong, and focus wrong. Yeah, that's the problem. So he said, so don't your pursuit human birth, do not tonmit meaningless or empty hand. Okay? So let's say if I explain you, meaningless means you can't really find any meaning. So many people in this world definitely feel meaningless. not just these failures. I mean, samsarically failures, of course, feel meaningless.
Oh, now it's back.
But even samsarically very successful, so-called successful people, also feel meaningless. Also, maybe you think that, oh, they are not empty hand. Meaningless, but maybe not empty hand. Yes, not empty hand, these successful people, not empty hand in some certain level. So which means you can give $1 million, many $1 million. If you want to give somebody, you can give, you can spend, you can do many, many things with money and power. In that case, you are not totally empty hand, but beyond that, then you are empty hand. Something uncurable sickness or uncurable loneliness, depression or anything happened, then you can't do anything. You also empty hand. Okay? So nobody is beyond that. That's why he's saying, don't meaningless life, an empty hand life. So okay, then what I have to do? He says, Hachu Sharma Dripshik Nyankava. Hachu means, Ha means God, Chu means Dharma. So some people could misinterpret it. Hachu, oh, Buddhists believe God? What do you mean, Dharma from God? No. Buddhism is children of Hindu, remember? Buddhists are children of the Hindus. Buddhism is Hinduism child. So of course you have this God, that kind of the word you're using. You interpret it differently, but you using. So what God means, it still means is a better than human, a better than normal human being. So that's why when we say Dharma of God means pursues Dharma, very pursues Dharma, very supreme Dharma, means like something supreme, something excellent. So meaning like that. Kshama means real Dharma, not pretending. Real Dharma. Which means real Dharma means you working on your problems, not focusing on other people and not focusing always external for help. Externally, you can't help everything. You have to focus your own internally. So that is Kshama. Dripshik Nyanga was my heart son, my heart child. Please do this. That's he said. Did he do that? Yes. His whole life dedicated for all beings. Really he does. He never ever built one house for himself. Can you believe that? Whole life. Other lamas have mansions, many big mansions. Even lamas just have lama name, title, but never do any activities whatsoever, no capacity, enlightened activities, nothing. These people have mansions, big houses, nowadays big cars. Okay, in the past no cars in Tibet, but it is still big houses. Okay, he never had one house, belongs himself. Did he do himself? Nothing. He just stayed somewhere. That's all. He didn't stay homeless. That's all. Okay, he's homeless. Actually, he didn't own anything. So why? He has no money. money constantly coming, constantly, okay? But he didn't see is what we see. Yeah, our situation, oh, money is the only I can trust. Why? Because you don't have anybody to trust. In money also, you cannot trust anybody with anybody, so you have to do your own name. But you die, then become nothing. If you even you don't have to die, if you sick or you depressed and you lonely, and it's then nothing. Then your money cannot do anything, right? So when we send these things, people sometimes misunderstood. Oh, money is something wrong. It is not money is something wrong. It's not objectively wrong. It's subjectively wrong. You know, how we values money, how we use the money, what the purpose, what motivation. These things are wrong most of the time. It's not these numbers wrong. It's not the power of the number wrong. It's not that. We have to distinguish. So that's why Jigme Dorje also money coming all the time. But he give, he do everything for the Dharma on the cost, and he give poor people like this. And himself, nothing. Nothing. So that means he knows. He knows, really he knows. It's not pretending. It's really he knows from the heart, of course. Tamchu surgeon Fyodron Yod P2. Masir Tonzat Ton me Marton Lash. Oh, that's repeat one. I did repeat it. Chetche Tamchu Manba Kankipans. So that's why what I say. So why he saying this? In traditionally Tibetans say the main reason they say the wealth and these things have no meaning, because when you are dying, even you are billionaires, multi-million billionaires, you are trillionaires, you can't take 1 cent with you, so that's why it's meaningless. Not only just money, but if you have the million army behind try to protect you, is meaningless. Even you live in a gold house, solid gold house, it's just meaningless. Everything is meaninless when you die. Maybe people think, oh yes, but die, oh, that's long time. Very long time. Until then I can enjoy. Yes, but firstly, we no have guarantee you enjoy. Secondly, you have not guarantee no time to die. Nothing. So that's what I'm saying. Basically, not only just dying, but also no guarantee, nothing for your enjoyment or anything whatsoever. Maybe we have to admit just very, very short time, you didn't have coffee long time, maybe you have cup coffee, short time you have pleasure. Ice cream you didn't have a long time, maybe short time you have pleasure. That kind of short time, tiny times, maybe we can admit, okay, yes, the money helps. Helps in not just power, but enjoyment. But that's so short time, incredible, and then become normal. Nothing special. If we win millions, then we think that's so good, unbelievable. And then when we have it, then become normal. Only few seconds, then very special. And if very lucky, then few days. And then after that, nothing. Okay. So, he's saying, Okay, if we practice Dharma, he's saying, there's so many tabs of Dharma, and there is so many levels of Dharma, and many doors, how entering. So maybe many people confuse. And some people think I have to know everything. Some people very, very anxious, going to mistake. Of course, some people lazy, don't care. Also, not just too many, but also so big. Yes, so big. Tibetan Buddhism, actually, like at least thousand books. Okay, if you want to know everything, at least you have to know 1,000 books. So, yeah, that's not easy. Then he said, what you have to do with this? You have to know the essence very well. You don't know everything, that's okay. But you have to know the essence very well. But also I realized the culture helps to know the essence. I just recently realized. This reason a few years until these few years ago, I didn't know that. But now I realized. If you are born that culture, sometimes you know the essence. Not everybody, but I realized how I realized my sisters. So if my students here, my close students, these people and my sisters, if you speak the same language, if you have to explain something Dharma knowledge, my students like, I think, at least 100,000 times better. But they come to the essence and from your heart, not sure. Maybe my sister is better. I kind of imagined they don't know nothing, almost nothing what to say. They cannot how to say? Escalate. They don't know how to escalate. Articulate. But then they just kind of knew the they just know without details, without names, without details, without anything. They just kind of knowing. The essence, the most important, like renunciation and bodhicitta, like the emptiness, the illusion, all of them, they just know by the heart. But if you let them express, they don't know how. You guys 100,000 times better to express. So that means the culture help. I think one is the culture, one is my family. So I say, the other day I joked my sister. My sister has no real daughter, adopted daughter. Adopt means not like adopt somewhere you guys do, but it's like a relative gift to us because they have many children and she didn't have children, so they give to. So this one, she married a few years ago and she's still very, very young, in 20s. Okay? But she said she thinking there's no meaning in this samsara, meaningless. Because usually in 20s, 30s, they think there's a huge meaning and people are very excited. and they're really, really enthusiastic about materialism and many things. But she said she already thinking is no meaning. She realized. I say, oh, she must be got our family disease. I say. So my family is, I think, if I think my father, my mother, my older sister and younger sister, my brother, I have to include probably. So all of them, it's kind of disease. There is some disease, yeah, not too old, then you see as like meaningless. So for instance, my older sister, she is only 29. She lost her husband. No more interest in any relationship or samsara intention whatsoever. Done is done, and done that part, It's a little bit unusual, that ages. So, so that's what I'm saying. He's saying here, Jigme Dorje say, you have to know the essence. Don't lose the essence. He said, "Chuji galgamur gamchak lawyer kyang semgit chutang ma thal dramatov. Even you know is 100,000 books you know by heart. Okay, if your mind not integrate with Dharma, then you cannot win your afflictions. Okay, so that's he's saying. You see, he know the essence. He told us that. So I 100% agree. 100%, 1,000%. Jikang gumid lorna nani choose. So what do you have to do? Jikang gumit. Gumit means valueless, meaningless. These times you must know what's valuable. What is in samsara, nothing's valuable. You have to understand this. I want to say this very clear. Any samsaric things, there's no real meaning. But if you are clever enough, you can make some meaning. You using them is some meaning. So that means your money, your horse, your status, your reputation, anything. Itself no meaning. You have to understand this. Itself no meaning, but if you are really clever enough and really into the Dharma, you can make a meaning. So that means very big differences. You know itself no meaning, so that's why you never attracted to this. You never attached to this. You never attracted for having it, and after having it, you not attached. But still, you know how to use. That's my interpretation. Okay. So that's why you have to tame your mind in that way. No more way. So you have to distinguish all the time. If you don't know this meaning, he says, even you control the whole three realms, still not enough. What do you mean, not enough? You want more other universes? But also means we all know this incredible, so-called successful, famous, these people, millions of people wish be like them, but they have own problem. Distance we're talking about. So wherever we live in an illusion. Oh, if I'm like this, then I'm going to be happy. Oh, like this everything. But when you become that, then you don't know their own problem. But if we clever enough, there's indications. So that's why it's not encouraging you should be lazy and careless, but it's you know the answer. At least you have idea. That's his saying. Okay? Donc some calorie chokshimit. You're not content. There's nothing content. Oh, now I can control 3 realms. So that's enough for me. No, I don't want anything. This is the perfect. There's no such thing. No such thing. We don't exactly know. You may think, we don't know because we never been there. Yes, but we can indications, many indications. Too easy to know. Nam chinchamit ringatab mapshina chekar gukyang ton mit chendrapi rang kyun rang kendal jang zopargums. He's saying, always prepare the death. You have to be very early, you have to prepare the death. Otherwise, when death comes, everybody's scared. Everybody have struggle. But you cannot do anything. It's too late. You have to do earlier. That's what he said. Chekar gujang tonshin mendepis. Okay. So you should know these things, like these people say, I don't believe anything. I'm non-believers. I don't want this, any bullshit, this religion, this spiritual. No, that's stupid people only do. Many people think they are smart, so they don't want this stuff. But what they didn't realize is, yes, sometimes looks like they are stupid. I agree. Some religious people, some spirit, supposed to be spiritual, new age people, many things. Looks like they are stupid. It looks like, yes, you are more smart. However, one thing you forgot is you always not be like this now. Your state of mind is not always be like this. It is impermanent. Everything can be happen. The sickness, something very incredible torture sickness or anything life crosses come to you, that time you realize you are not that brave, you are not that strong, you are not that convinced. No. So if you are wise, don't think that way. The best way of thinking, yes, they look like stupid, but they have their own way. That's their own way. Okay, I agree with you, okay? We are two. You say you are non-believers. Yes. You said they look stupid because of this and this. You tell. Yes, I wouldn't argue with you. I say, yeah, okay, yes, they look stupid. For some people's point of view, your point of view, my point of view also, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed by what they do, what they think. But they have their own belief. So that helps them. They help them. You have nothing. Everything goes well, then you are okay. But if something comes, you are baseless. That time you are worse than them. You are worse than this stupid. At that time you think, oh, this stupid, they are lucky. Okay? So these things, that's why it's prepare means, I think the most stupid people is they think they know everything. They have answer for everything. They're very, very convinced. That is the most stupid because everything is infinite. We don't know nothing compare the infinite. So that's why better to be humble and believe something. Why? Believe means you have tool and room beyond your capacity. But if you have no belief, you don't have tool, you don't have room, you don't have direction, nothing. Okay? So like that. Because the universe, this is infinite. Everything is infinite, and we are certainly very little. We are so tiny. We are not even just one atom compared to the universe. Nothing. We are nothing. And we suffer ourselves. We focus too much on this small atom. So that's why we are suffer too much. So he said, he said, you tame your own weakness and have patience, he said. Okay? Yes, I think everybody is lack of patience. Lack of patience means lack of discipline. You look carefully, this is the whole world, most problem is lack of discipline, lack of patience. Patience means discipline. You have patience, discipline, tolerant, all of them is same family. He said, having this, he knows very well what is the main problem is that. So that's why he said, okay, Zopargum. Chigdang kan long chan yichtang matsuk, sham dang nyar je parshin tuglasok. So he's saying, Sogni number takwar mambana ajan panyar jichtirka. Oh yes. He's saying, Chigdang kan long chan yichtang matsuk. So anything your intentions and motivations influenced by attachment, aversion, like that way, means you cannot penetrate very deep anything. Why? Because this attachment aversion is how do you say? Some kind of pollution, like pollution, like some kind of like dirtiness, like dirtiness. So it is dirty your mind, is focus your mind. That's why you cannot penetrate anything. So then what does make your mind is much more bright and clear is loving, kindness, compassion, and then 6 perfections. If you have all of them, then so you have to, with this, you have to have these 2 ends of the accumulations. Accumulation merit, accumulation wisdom. That's he's saying. Right? So this took, maybe difficult. All of them, 6 perfections. That's too much, maybe people think. But it is not really too much if we are the right way, right direction, right attitude, right view. Then it's not difficult at all. He said, if we don't cultivate those things. So he said, you cannot open the treasure of this altruism. Okay, like bodhicitta. You cannot this supreme love, supreme compassion, and this bodhicitta. You cannot this treasure. You cannot open. Okay, so that means the treasure means pandi malu badribi khter chimbortau khter khegom shirmatid bi tekhwam chokko gompangi kiramandoyo yantak ya sargi lilak muku mabshana. Maybe something missing, I don't know. Sargi lilak muku mabjana shinlap numt gilla chirtarki nyam tartopi nyakan thomasht. So he must be saying, maybe I'm missing here something. Text when I write in, probably some deleted. Probably said the lama, if you don't see more than Buddha, that kind of mind, if you cannot cultivate that mind within yourself, so this blessing and these transformations impossible coming into yourself. So then if that not coming in you, then these realizations, attainments like that, fruition is not possible come to you. That's the saying. Stokbin chargo nani makarna kapshet koil kambu mdrimaman. So he said the realizations have to come in from the inside for yourself. If not, kapshet koil kambu mdrimaman. If not, then you know how to articulate very well, you talk very well, you knowledge everything outside, like intellectually. That doesn't bring the fruition. He's saying that. Okay. So briefly, if our own mind not integrated with the Dharma, then we are become is image, just become image of Dharma practitioner, not a real Dharma practitioner. We are image. Why image? Because we want to dress differently, we want this and we want too many gadgets. When we look at the people always gadget. Many things, dress and all these things that people grab first, always seeking for this. But some non-practitioner and you come together, some challenges and something, then you have become nothing special at all. Sometimes this non-practitioner one better. Oh my God, so embarrassing. We shaming for the image of the Buddha Dharma. Okay? Chupir zugyi samki chijikshasi. This just fake image. Why we need this fake image? He's saying that. What is the problem? So therefore, he said always, constantly practice, constantly. Because some of you guys say, oh, I can't practice, it's too boring for me, Of course, boring for you, because you We have 24 hours. How many hours you practice Dharma? How many hours you do samsara? We are like we are essenceless. Do you know that? We are essenceless means like onion. Do you know onion? Onion, there's no such thing essence without all the layers. So we are existent because these many layers of samsara. Whatever we do, that's our layers. So every day, for 24 hours, you layer the layers, samsara layers. Then where is your essence? Then it's of course no Dharma. Okay? Takta tu sam gom la sombarki. Shawakan la lim di khonjuk. Shawakan la lim di khonjuk. That is so clear. Or whatever you do, shawakan la means whatever you do, you make sure, remember the cause and effect. Why he say that? Because everybody forgotten. Cause and effect is somewhere else. Nothing to do with your current all the time you're doing behavior. You forgot all of them. And then something else. And the text was somewhere else, intellect and blah blah blah. Shawakan la lim di khonjuk means make weakness. The cause and effect. Every moment, every your action, remember cause and effect, karma. We have to remember karma every single our action. Then become habit, then easy. Whatever you have suffering, challenging, happiness, whatever come, remember 3 jewels, he said. Why he said that? Because we forgot all the time 3 jewels. We forgot all the time 3 jewels. When we are suffer, we forget. We take as last option. When we have no other option, then only we remember 3 jewels. When you have happiness, never remember. When you are happy, 0 remembering. Is it true? That's no. When you have a happiness, success, anything, you have to remember because of 3 jewels. So then you have persistent mind. You remember because of 3 jewels. That's why this success happened to me. This happiness happened to me. Whatever tiny thing happened, you have to think like that way. Why? You don't need logic. It just helps your mind. But not many people do. When a suffering comes, first, many other options. You seek in those. And then finally, you can't do anything, then Dharma. Okay? But sometimes the Tibetans are doing the opposite. That's also not so good. It's not because they have so much appreciate Dharma. It's not that reason. Somebody sick, they don't seek in doctor. They don't anything. Just go puja, and then die. Huh? Why? Because that habit, a bad habit, and easy comfort. You go doctor, you have hospital, you have to pay money, you have to do many things. You can't speak language. But puja, oh, easy. Somebody else, you rely on somebody else, somebody's divination. Oh, you do this puja, then okay. No. Obvious things, we find out obvious first. Because the doctor can find is obvious this have sickness, what problem. Then we should that sickness. Because finding Dharma, divination, that is something very hidden phenomenon. We have only this tool. So you don't rely on that. But one thing, if you have 0 doubt and you are 100% convinced, nobody did no convinced for you like this, then maybe works. But nobody is that ready. Nobody's that ready. But still keep doing this. That's not good. But here saying, any happiness come, success come, you immediately remember, oh, because 3 Jews helped me. That is good habit. Any suffering come, again, 3 Jews, please help me. But it does not mean you not allow seeking other options. Other options, or the doctor, or any other options also, you can have to see as Buddha Dharma's activity, enlightened activity. You have to see that way. That's he said. That's very important. Jean-Luc Kenli Fianchib Lamram Tang, Nyamlin Kenli Tsatam Khzor Chis, he said, all the doctrines, many teachings, what you should take essence, he said, essence of bodhicitta path. Why he said that? Because bodhicitta, you have ultimate bodhicitta and then relative bodhicitta. Nothing is excluded. Then is everything done. If you have this, you don't need anything. Because if you have relative bodhicitta real, anything you do is become like that. Become bodhisattva practice. Even you still alive, it still is enlightened activities. If your motivation is bodhicitta, 100% sure. Do you know that? That's why he's saying, Nyamlin Kanli Tsatabakhdorikis. Nyamlin Kanli means when you, on practical level, you have to have this ethical discipline, morality. You have to have some morality, otherwise you have no base. And many arrogant people say, oh, no need morality, blah, blah, blah. No, you need morality as a foundation. Okay? If you have no foundation, no base, you can't do anything else. Everything have to do on the basis. That's why he's saying, this is my heartfelt advice for my children to become like father. Don't forget this all and keep in your heart as valuable gift. So that's it. Done. So one of the Jonangba, the best Keshi, called Ngaontashi. Ngaontashi wrote a commentary, a traditional way, bring all the points, and then many quotations. According, look at the Jetsongkaba's Lamram, and then Taranatha's Lamram, and then he wrote like that. So I didn't write that way. I wrote without any quotation, without any structure, nothing. Just go straight away in his, and instead, structure and many other complicators, I made this, how do you say? Every word I made blue. Every his word made blue in the commentary you can see, and that way I wrote. So, and Ngaontashi, very important people request him many times. Seems like took us a few years, sounds like. And they given them 10,000 renminbi, and for a few times, a few important people come again a request. So he said, or firstly he thought he has no confidence, and he's busy and blah 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 many times, and then finally he has no choice, so he wrote that way. I did the opposite. I written inside this, I have nobody request. When I see this one, I just naturally I jumped and wrote, and I forgot many things. Forgot Bodhisattva course, Golden Age course and everything. I forgot many things. Forgot to sleep many days. Do you know the incredible amazing thing? Every day I have sleep struggling and not enough sleep, and I cannot open computer. If I write in computer anything to write or read, I just fall asleep. I have so much problems, months. When I write this, all sleep gone. Few days sleep going. Until 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I didn't sleep. Then just 2-3 hours sleep, and then again. Oh my God, something happened. So that I wrote that way. So, 1.5 hours already. Okay, so this is very auspicious for us. Yeah, I think this is good for no more teaching in the future, the record. Yeah, I think it's not because of I'm good, because of this His Holiness, His blessing. So this is today's His anniversary. We celebrating this, so we have extra merit. So rejoice that.
Whoever has got their microphone on, can they please mute themselves? Thank you.
Okay, so now I have another. The land of Shambhala. I believe incredible land. We got it. Then when the first time we doing the retreat, we have many auspicious signs come. Even Tolpopa's head and the photos, and yeah, many other auspicious come. So that's why I was obsessed with this land. And now many years passed. We haven't done nothing. And I mean, we can't say I haven't done nothing, but feels nothing. We done many things, but compare just little group. But still, the land is so big, and the project is so big, and so we haven't have raised merit many millions of dollars. We haven't had yet. So for particularly this, I wrote a short prayer, brief, the Domi Kanzuk, Tara's Fortune Palace, very brief one, only 7 verses. So I'm going to give transmission, that's today. So my request, we should read as much as people cares about land of Shambhala in Australia, which means for the world. Because Australia is a safe place and separate continent, safe place. So many of you probably come there in the future and enjoy Dharma practice. We have 40 acres and we have a beautiful lake and everything. So it's very important we can have some construction there. But we need millions. So hopefully very fortunate, generous, merit people come voluntarily. But if not, then we all think about how is it possible writing grants and looking for connections in many ways, a human way. At the same time, helping with this Tara and Tara, the Dominikanzuk, not only just 21 Taras, but also many worldly beings and days and astrology, this stuff, all of them there. So in my prayer also, all of them there. So we have to make this prayer every language, and then we have every sound record, and many people, if you can memorize it in your language, please do it. And then also we make record, like all the time play, they repeat in all the time play as much as we can, and everybody mind together dedicate on that. So please, that's my request. This is my request on Kalachakra Day. So in Kalachakra Day, maybe is helping us. But we have to make causes and condition. So that's what I'm saying. Human way, we have to look in for connections and possibilities and grants and like that. As non-human way, beyond the human's power, we need these prayers as many as we can. Okay? So when I have to write, and it's 7 verses, so that is the same 7 royal, the pursues things. So I thought this is very good omen, because these 7 royal pursues, who can get this? The Bodhisattva, the most high level of Bodhisattvas, become universal monarchy. They have these ones from these accumulations. So who is a universal monarch, the highest Bodhisattva? We cannot think about anything else other than the Dharma Karkis, Shambhala Dharma Karkis. So this land, what we making is, my motivation was we need an example of Shambhala on this earth, physical example. So that's the main reason. So hasn't happened many days, a little bit depressing. So very little things take so long, unbelievable, big obstacles. But I think we should overcome the obstacles, not sleep in the obstacles. So that's why I'm telling big dare in Kalachakra Day. So please, everybody, with me. Okay, Rashi Dealer, I going to rest now. I have many other teachings and many other commitments. So today, I don't know, you guys keep going or something, but I have to stop here. Okay?